Sergeants. It is yet another exciting day for us as Wazalendo Sacco. And the first of its kind for us, thanks to Sgt.Abdul The first time we are meeting in an occasion like this one. And for us it is something worth celebrating. But before I do that, allow me to take an opportunity once again to introduce Colonel Alan Chitanda. We have Colonel Dan Tizwayo, who is the board secretary of Wazalendo Sacco. We have Major Peter Metternich to Highway. I think this time I've mentioned the name correctly. He's our board representative today. And then we have the various heads of departments, and in the interest of time, I will just request the heads of department to stand up so that you see them. One at a time. And then our commissioner, who is the manager communications here, who is also our MC, Lieutenant Colonel Cassius Amoti Mpavaisi. Which one comes first? Mpavaisi Amoti? Mpavaisi. Amoti comes last. Amoti. So I will say the name once again. Lieutenant Colonel Cassius Mpavaisi Amoti. So he's there. He shares with the Colonel Kato here a pet name, Amoti. Now, Wazalendo Sacco, because I'm sure some of our guests don't even understand what Wazalendo Sacco is. Wazalendo Sacco is an institutional Sacco, a savings and credit cooperative society for the Ministry of Defense, UPDF, and our children and spouses, and of course also staff work here. All those are categorized under staff under Ministry of Defense by virtue of working with Wazalendo Sacco. This Sacco was established in 2005, and to be more specific, on the 22nd September 2005, meaning that the Sacco has been in existence for now close to 17 years. Close to 17 years. It draws its membership from the UPDF and the civilians who work with the UPDF and those ones who work here, and of course our spouses, those who are, of course our spouses and children, those who are also civilians, are members according to our. So, Wazalendo Sacco has grown over the years. The Sacco has 19 branches spread all over the country. And in terms of representation, we do what they call a delegates system, whereby every 350 people elect one delegate. That's why you had me introducing Major Peter Metternich to Highway as a board member representing the North. So he represents our colleagues who are members of Wazalendo Sacco in the North. As a Sacco group, we introduce the element of corporate social responsibility. And our sponsorship, we facilitated Sgt.Abdul by sponsoring the adverts for his bout, which was to take place in Bombo, in the FM stations and TV stations. We felt that would give him mileage to attract people to come and watch the tournament, but also project him to the outside world. So we thought that was the best that we could do at that time. Thank God, you did not disappoint us. You went and won. And I'm now informed that you are the champion for East and Central Africa. We want to congratulate the UPDF leadership. First, for establishing Wazalendo Sacco. Secondly, for promoting sports as a key element of our discipline in the UPDF. We congratulate UPDF upon that. UPDF has produced so many sportsmen and women in this country in the various fields, in boxing, in athletics, in football, and many others. And we can only now grow from strength to strength. Now, Wazalendo comes in as part of the corporate social responsibility to support the UPDF and ensure that some of the programs that we start take off by making those financial interventions or interventions in kind. Allow me also take this opportunity to welcome all of you here. Boxing, when you're not disciplined, I believe there are areas you're supposed to punch in boxing. I have never been a boxer and I fear being a boxer. But I know that there must be guidelines they mark that if you are to punch somebody, you should punch here, and there are areas that you should not punch. It's only a disciplined person who will focus his punches in the authorized area. An indisciplined person will go and punch anywhere. So, I want to believe that for you to be a champion, we've got a discipline ile ya hali ya juu. Discipline number 1. The other one is hard work. There is no success in life where there is no hard work. You must put an extra energy. You must engage another gear. Because you are fighting with people. Some of them are well facilitated. So what makes you different from them? Number 1 is the discipline, and I believe number 2 is the hard work. Because UPDF in general, we are known for our hard work. If you doubt, you go and ask LRA. Even when we had no aircraft, they couldn't sleep. We had no aircraft that time, but LRA could not sleep. Go and ask ADF. They can't sleep because we shall use all the energy, what they call Fatanya, we shall follow them up. The other one is resilience. Resilience that if you're knocked now, tomorrow you wake up again and say, I'm going to give it the next another chance. That's resilience. Persisting and persisting and persisting. So I want to believe that these are the 3 attributes that could have led Sgt.Abdul to succeed. But of course the other one is the support from his family and us, the bigger family of the UPDF. Because we have made him what he is. If the UPDF had said you will not go to the gym, then you wouldn't be a boxer today. So UPDF has given you an opportunity to excel. It's also very, very important. Then of course, as a Muslim, we believe in Allah. Allah also played this role. The board of directors of Wazalendo Sacco. These things we do as management, we only do them when the board has blessed them. We present them to the board, like when you wrote. You know, we had a lot of exchanges. You write, I said, no, write like this, and it goes back. So you write to the CEO only forwards it to the board. So there is this, and I think is something that we should support. The board has the liberty to say, no, we have another program, this one we are not going to support it. But they came in quickly and supported you, and true to your word, you assured, your team assured us here that when you go to punch, you come with the belt. You'll come with the belt. Say, this guy is good. You coach them here, your team. Say, this guy will bring the belt. He will bring the books home. So I want to thank the board for always coming up with these interventions and supporting our own people in one way or another. I pray that this kind of support continues coming so that we support this gentleman so that he can go and win us the African belt. You know, when you're a champion at home, you think you're the best. You need to measure yourself against the best outside there. So I want to encourage you, Sgt.Abdul, to go and punch those guys and bring even that one here. Then after that, you go for the international. You're still here. You can punch these guys and bring these things home. You want UPDF to be known in so many things. We are known for the quest and securing the region. Now we are known for having the best circle in the country and among the top 10 in the continent. That's UPDF. Now we also want to produce the best boxer in the continent. That would be so good. It would be a good addition. So, then of course the members of management, because whatever we do here, it is always teamwork. For being well coordinated with our board. When an issue comes and it has been thrown to us, we quickly adopt it and ensure that what we have been directed to do comes out the way it is wanted. I want to thank you, members of management and members of the board for that. Lastly, allow me to thank also Uganda Professional Boxers Federation, isn't it? Commission. Uganda Professional Boxers Commission. Uganda Professional Boxing Commission. I want to thank you also for allowing the members of the forces, for not segregating us when we come to you. Say we also want to participate in this and welcoming us. You could say no. I believe you have a liberty to say who registers and who doesn't. But the fact that you have embraced UPDF is something also to appreciate. And standing with him, when Maureen you are here, we are very proud that you are actually here with him. He could have come alone with the Contato. But the fact that the commission is here means that the gentleman is valued at the commission and he has represented all of us well. I want to end here by thanking all of you, members of Wazalendo Sacco and the wider fraternity, for continuing to serve with us, where we pick some value and add back and give back to our people. We shall continue doing this, and one request that the commission continues supporting Sgt.Abdul and promoting him so that collectively we can enable him to achieve his dreams. I want to believe his dream is being an international champion, not just the Sekafa here. So I want all of us to join hands and make sure that we play a role in making that gentleman an international champion. So that, because now when he flies that flag beyond here, the nation, to lift the flag of Uganda to another level. I congratulate you, our brother and son, Sgt.Abdul, and on behalf of the Wazalendo Sacco management, the board will speak for themselves, but also on behalf of the board, I want to believe that we all pray for you to be an international champion. Tena, Dr. Nyongeza was for Sgt.Abdul. Thank you so much, the Chief Executive Officer, Marine Unit of the UPDF. We have also Ministers, Staff Sergeant Peter Osuko. Staff Sergeant Peter Osuko is a board member representing the West Nile. So all our members who hail from, who work in the West Nile part of Uganda, their views are brought to the board by that gentleman, Sergeant Peter Osuko. And also in a special way, allow me to introduce another person who has come in while you were away, because this one is they are steering our, they are holding our baby. Wazalendo Sacco has registered a business arm. Saccos are restricted by law from doing certain things, but we can do it in another way. We are supposed to do savings and credit, basically. But if we want to say, for example, if we want to go and participate in the petroleum, we cannot do that. But now we can do it through the business arm. And allow me to introduce once again the steering person, the chairman of the committee that steers that, Mr. William Atarieva. He stands, yeah, that's the gentleman. And then Major Sada Namatovu. Major Sada Namatovu is also in that team. So these are very, very important people for us. And then there is also another lady, the Iron Lady. You stand up. Captain Nora Ongodia is an Iron Lady. She has beaten men all through her time contesting for the board. This lady you see here, she's not a joking subject. So Captain Nora Ongodia is representing board members, our board, all those members who... She always competes with the sizable number of men and constantly beats them. On that, with your permission, sir, I would request that the representative of Chief of Education, Sports and Culture, that who has been here, I might have introduced them, not that right.
Thank you, sir. It always bothers me to start on protocols. I would like to thank the Chief with the Director, Sports and Culture, for having delegated me to present them. In the same vein, I'd like to thank the board members, Wazalendo, for having taken it as a corporate social responsibility to journey with us up to today and beyond. Ssebute, Abdul, I picked on him interest when I met him in 2019 when I joined Chieftains of Education, Sports and Culture as an SO2. He looked a young man but determined to work. We didn't have resources that time, and I sourced for him a trainer from Italy, Peter, who had also come in briefly for a holiday, and he's a boxer of the Amin's time. He's an elderly man, but with a coaching spirit. He has that good spirit. He took him on, and they journeyed for a whole year, trained him to reach the, was it the Commonwealth in China? World Military Games in China. So he reached there. We didn't stop at that stage because we were hit by COVID-19 pandemic. We maintained our pace. Eventually, when it was cleared, I joined Mr. Babu. Mr. Babu introduced me to the Uganda Professional Boxing Commission. Cleared, I joined Madam Mori. Thank you for having accepted us. Mr. Bombo introduced me to the Uganda Professional Boxing Commission. These gentlemen and ladies from the Professional Boxing Commission, thank you for having accepted us, are not still at all. They accepted us, these as UPDF and ladies accepted us, Professional Boxing Commission accepted us as the civilians, because whenever we meet, Professional Boxing Commission supports the professional boxers. We have got two teams of boxing. The amateur. The amateur is that national, they are supported by the national organizations. When it comes to professional boxing, these people survive on their own. They don't have a link with the government that it will support them through and through. Whatever they attain during the boxing, because we go into an understanding that when they have to fight, we have to give them some money. They fight for money. And when they get that money, it is not taxed. And it is a round table agreement. When we were organizing the recent fight, I discussed with Mr. Babu of Nara Promotions, because I'm a director of Pathway Recreation Center. We agreed, we said, yes, you have the TV, you have the radio, you have everything, but we don't have ground where we can practice from. We secured a piece of land. That is as promoters for these young men. We agreed with the professional boxers. We said, we only have Lugogo, MTN Arena. These are the Kisenyi boxing rooms. The community outside asks us, what are you planning for us outside? We said, yes, we are coming. So we secured a piece of land around Namayumba, such that we can take that fight to the village, so that when they train from the village, if we had a boxing hall, boxing arena, then they can train, come back, and fight from towns and elsewhere. So that is our dream. That one will capture the boxers who are in Mitiana, boxers who are in Singo, boxers who are in Wakiso. We have them, we keep them that side instead of flanking the towns, and we shall be taking a service outside. That is our dream, and with Ssebute, we are promising that when things begin moving well, his other colleagues will join him. We shall have a very strong team to train. Ssebute is in the light category. We have even heavy boxers, heavyweight boxers. But Ssebute chose to be a son, adopted son of Wazalendo, which we agreed. And I I talked to the chief and the director sports. They said, please, doctor, move along with the Ssebute, move to Wazalendo. We came here and brought our request for the support. And that support is duly sent to us, and it is the one that helped Francis I call him Francis Babu because he's Babu working with Francis Babu in the radio of Babu. So at times I crack a joke, I say, Babu adopted you, you are his son. So it became easier for me to take on him as Francis Babu. The chief of Education, Sports and Culture, we would have footed it ourselves, but we don't have enough funds to run such a fight. And he recommended us to come these ends, and really I thank him for having been a parent on one side and a very good commander who promotes the interests and the needs of his followers. A commander who recommends his subject, his force to a higher level is the best commander I have worked with since I joined the forces. If I had not been recommended before, I wouldn't be where I am. Because from stage one to another, I added on academic education qualifications, and today I'm a doctor of philosophy, development studies, sociology. I owe that to my commanders who recommended me to continue with studies. So Ssebute, when I was saying I'm recommending you, it was out of a commander's obligation, which I think I will not drop until when I'm told to cease working with the Chieftains of Education, Sports and Culture. Because others will come in, and I might not work until when I am no more. I have to retire. Our good Wazalendo leaders, we have a lot to share with you, but not today. We shall continue planning to visit you. We shall be chipping in here.
I must be not knowing the criteria. I'm a journalist myself. I work with Metro FM radio station, and I do sports as a sports journalist. In the due course, just like a brief background, then kick up with it. I love boxing, and I could report about boxing whenever I go back, when I never get a chance of speaking on air. In 2013, that's when I got a dream of starting up a company called Nara Promotions with my fellow journalists, so that we can promote boxing at a larger extent. So we started a company, started promoting events. In that process, that's when we came up to meet Abdul Ssebute as a fighter. He was still on the national team, and those two gentlemen, Afande Mugaga and Afande Sekabira, they were his trainers when he was still in the national team at the amateur side of it. So on that side, we started seeing his progress as a boxer in the national team. When he was like, okay, it's time to turn professional, he turned professional. He had his first event, I think, in Bombo, when he turned professional. So we had to move, because in boxing it's like a trend, it's like a journey. Being helped here, to another, to another, to another. So he went to fight for the national title. He won it out there himself. Then it came to Eastern Central. It was 2019. We had that event. It was at the MTN Arena. Because our target was to go for African title. So, but you had to first do away with the national title, after national title, Eastern Central, after Eastern Central, then you go to Africa. After him excelling on that 2019 to September, then COVID came in. We had even written to Africa Boxing Union to request them to allow Abdul Ssebute to fight for the bigger title, which is called Africa Boxing Union. But when COVID hit, it didn't work out. When COVID ceased, we put in our letter again, requesting them can we have the fight now? They said, no, it's almost 2 years. You have to go and defend the East and Central. But when defending the East and Central, the cashes were down. So we came here running, went to the chieftaincy, we begged, please help us. They said our budget is limited. We love you so much, you guys, but our budget is limited. And now we focus on the national team. We know there are so many, and these people, they have over 200 boxers the other side. So we are like, okay, how can we be helped with boxers with the Abdul Ssebute? So that, okay, I have our big bosses there, the other side of Wazalendo. Let's try and write to them and see whether they can help you also. But to good enough, Chief, thank you so much. You welcomed us. They didn't know before. You welcomed us, and you're like, but your budget is, you know. So you're like, okay, we devise the means how we can bring help. Because when you put the adverts on radio and TV, indeed, people turned up for that event there in Bombo. By the way, we created a record. Among the boxing events we are doing in Bombo, ours is one of the best boxing events which are being held in Bombo. That credit comes to Wazalendo. Thank you so much. So we are here to represent. We went to Rutavalo. We are going to Kuiga around. So after that Rutavalo, we came back with the youths. So we had to represent them to Wazalendo, who helped us to go and achieve that. On top of that, Madame Maureen, she's a commissioner here in Uganda, but at the same time, when it comes to African issues, when it comes to boxing, all of us run to her. Because Africa Boxing Union, everything, they gave her the anointment of handling African boxing issues in Uganda in her docket. So when she's here, she's in UPBC, then Africa. And when you're writing our letters requesting for Africa Boxing to allow us to stage African titles, our letters go through her. And on that note, I'm just requesting her to just a brief background about how we are moving. But we're moving, though their budget, this is a karma, their budget is high when it comes to how those African titles. But I'm glad she's here. Just one to one.
On behalf of Uganda Professional Boxing Commission, I wish to introduce my boss, the Vice Chairman, Administration, Mr. Mkisa, who came in a little late. Like I said, I'm a former boxer. I'm an administrator at Uganda Professional Boxing Commission. I'm the Vice President, A.B.U, in charge of Ladies Affairs. A.B.U is Africa Boxing Union, in charge of Ladies Affairs. I've been holding this post for over 10 years. And I sit on the board of directors of World Boxing Council, commonly known as WBC. It is not very easy to run professional boxing or even promotion. I once was a manager. I managed Moses Gola for over 8 years and made him the world champion. He became world champion through my hands. I have made several champions, African champions, national champions, and world champions. We thank Uganda People's Defense Force and the government at large for the peace, because if we didn't have the peace, all this couldn't be possible. We thank you for keeping us at heart, because wherever you think about Uganda, that's when you wake up and go to the field to fight for us. We thank the Ministry of Education and Sports through Mama Janet. She has been there for Uganda Professional Boxing Commission. She even supported the last event in Bombo for Abdul Ssebute, and so many other companies that have come on board to help us. Wazalendo came in lately, but we pray that you remain with us. Please don't go away. Uganda Professional Boxing Commission has seen many champions come out of Uganda UPDF, like Kassim Ouma the Dream. He was a soldier. We also have Mzee Agdina, who is fighting for an A.B.U, an African title very soon, and many others. We also work closely with my brothers Mugaga and Sekabira. They help us a lot, because the civilians cannot go down there to do the training, but they at least help us. They stand with us wherever we need them. I just pray that Wazalendo doesn't leave us. Kindly stay with us, because you are fighters just like we are. We call boxing a sport of sweet science. When you join it, you cannot leave it. I know you will not leave it. It helps us keep fit. You might see me heavy or even with a lot of mass, but when I stand, defend myself, I automatically put out every stumbling block in my way. Requesting for the A.B.U. They require, when you need that fight, you write to the to A.B.U. and then we tell you what you're supposed to do. It actually goes for $2,000 US. That is the title and the sanction, regardless of the referees and regardless of where the fight will be. So when they are ready, we shall be welcoming them, we shall be waiting for them to come and take on whoever they feel they want. We are very grateful for your support. We are very grateful for you hosting us here. We shall always be here to call upon your help. Thank you, sir.
You were very much impressed. Even boxing, like UPBC, we also copy from the top. When I talk of the top, is our #1 in the state. That he also prioritizes ladies to join in his administration. So she's here and you have many others. I think that is a good example in leadership. Yeah, she's our #1 in the commission. To UPDF and many the Wazalendo, we are very grateful for standing with us. Afande Kato has been here, our mouthpiece to UPDF and Wazalendo Sacco. Mr. Ssebute is a disciplined boxer, always a sportsman, whom we are also very much privileged to have him in our community as professional boxing. I will not talk too much. We are really looking forward to working with UPDF and Sacco. We are also, some of us are businessmen. We shall come, all ladies, we shall come and see what Sacco, Wazalendo Sacco is.
That you carry our expectation of continuing to support Ssebute in your social response, corporate sports, in the normal duties of a UPDF officer and other ranks. I also like to thank our First Lady, the Minister of Education and Sports, for having supported us when Ssebute was having a fight in Bombo. She contributed 10.6 million for the payments that were supposed to be made by the organization to these people, because everybody left the ground having been paid his money. Without that, I think it would have been difficult for Nara Promotions to have even paid these people, because even when we were about to leave, they were saying, ours, because they fight for the pay. The next fight he's going to have is quite an expensive one, because the belt itself will cost $2,000 US. Madam Maureen, I think they know how they coordinate with those people, and it is clearly set and put that whatever is going to be fought for is put in the open. And she will come up with a budget at a certain time, so that this young man knows what he's going to fight for.
Thank you so much.
Sgt.Abdul, champion Eastern Central. By my dream, they are to be a champion once you now. Napiga seti sana kwa Wazalendo ya ndio Wazalendo na uzima ni watu ya kwanza kuni support. Toka tangu hao wanakuwepo kwa fight zangu toka tangu. Yeah. Labda tu naomba msikwama hapo, naomba mwenye support mpaka huku sehemu nataka. My dream is there. Napiga asante sana kwa fight ya juzi, na fight ile ya kwanza nilipigana mkanda hiyo mlisupport. Nakumbuka hiyo mlipatia $5 million. Asante sana. Sikuwa sijapata muda kufika hapa kuwapigia asante. Asante sana kwa hiyo. Naenda kwa mkanda ile ya African title. Hawa ni wapiganaji sana. Wanawezi kuwa kuliko hawa. Wale watu wapiganaji sana. Niko na mashida madogo kwa ajili niko na muda dogo. Niko na mashida kidogo kwa ajili nataka kuwa kama Kassim Oguma alikuwa champion. Lakini shida yake alikuwa akuwe na sisi hapa Uganda. Kwa ajili alikuwa ametoroka tu Uganda naenda huko Amerika. Lakini mimi nataka naende huko kama narudi. Ndio mimi nataka. Mimi nataka niende huko na Wazalendo flag, Uganda flag, UPDF flag. Atakuli sana kama umevaa Wazalendo, suruali ya Wazalendo na kwa UK. Na kwa UK umevimba na Wazalendo, hao wanajua ndio Wazalendo ni Wazalendo sio kulimaje pesa. Ya naomba hiyo siniwaachilie hapa niende na hiyo mpaka last. Sida mwenye niko nayo zaidi sana inakuwa kukulaje, transport, ndio shida mwenye nakuwa nayo sana kwa ajili siombe sports, UPDF sports kwa ajili iko ina support watu wengi sana. Kama inawezekana naomba nisaidie kwa kukula, transport na mavazi tu ya kama gloves hizo. Ndio zaidi sana mimi naomba sana unisaidie. Asante sana.
In Uganda, we have a history of boxing. It is actually not beginning with you. It's only that the spirit maybe went down to Ugandans will tell you. Uganda was producing the best boxers on the continent. Name them. There are so many here. It's a mining mill in Nyangwesu. We have had so many remarkable historical boxers. So, my brother, you are actually in the line of what others have done. And your prayers, I think my colleagues are here, the body members. And if we will package it, maybe we shall make a consideration. But I can't promise you that it's already, but we shall make a consideration. I want lastly to thank the officials who are championing your cause, because you could be a good fighter, but if there is nobody promoting you or who is giving you a platform to excel, it will be as good as nothing. So behave well and everything will be okay. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to me, and may the Almighty God bless you.
Is Colonel Joseph Freddy Onata. I am the Chief Executive Officer for Wazalendo Sacco. Today here we are receiving the Eastern Central boxing champion, Sgt.Ssebute, who also happens to be one of us in the UPDF. We came to support Ssebute because UPDF generally promotes sports, and when UPBC approached us to support, to lend a hand to support Ssebute, it was very easy for us to come in because we knew this is an opportunity for us to promote one of our own to reach another level. We came for that. And we believe that this is not going to be the last time, because it shouldn't be one-off. We want to see this guy become an African champion. We want to see Sgt.Ssebute become a world champion. So we are going to walk the journey with him in our own small way with him. So we are very sure that we shall continue with him. As well, being a member of Wazalendo to begin with, and also as part of our corporate social responsibility to our members. So many benefits that Wazalendo gets from this. Number one, is a member. So he's encouraged to mobilize others. Not everybody in UPDF is a member of Wazalendo Sacco. So he's going to encourage others to come and join, because they will see this man is a member, we have come to support him. Then even if beyond that, there are also other benefits. Wazalendo gets publicity to its members. There are some people who are seeing Wazalendo and they have not understood where we are. But if they see us coming to join hands with the champion, they see that, hey, there is something here. So it's very good for us. It gives us mileage and publicity.
No. Nsanyuse nnyo bannaye abamawulire mwenna TV zonna ezibaddewo neyanziza nnyo okulaba nga muntunda. Neyanziza nnyo Wazalendo kyekintu ekisingira ddala bannaye. Wazalendo embeereddewo mu mbeera yonna okuva lwe natandika mpaka kati bwendi era nga nsuubira okuba nga nkyagenda nayo nga bwensuubiza nja kgenda nayo mpaka ku musipi gw'ensi yonna. Mpozi ekintu ekisinga okubeera ekyamaanyi ennyo ekiyinza okuba nti kimmenya kyensuubiza era okukinyamba kyekintu kyokulya ne transport ensuubiza nti ejja binyamba awo sikyalina ndowooza buzibu bwonna omulimu gwange genda kuba kusigadde kulwana. Obwenga transport bo bajja okumanya transport anti kati training ani okuva e Bombo ogenda mu Kampala okuva e Kampala n'ogenda ku majimu amalala ekyo ekintu ekisinga okuba nga kimenya ffe nga ffe abaagala okubeera bachampioni b'ensi yonna. African title ne bwe bafa African title tenaba kubeerawo. Fight ezisinga obungi ngenda kuba nga nzanyira UK. Kati UK nawe enyumirwa nnyo si nze ndowooza nze nzekka ndowooza ne Wazalendo yandikinyumiddwa okubeera nga ndi UK nga nyimiriddewo nga sinze omutoloka nti yanatoloka nga bano bannange bonna abaatoloka naye nga nsobola okudda mu nsi yange nenyumirwa ate nezirayo eri nembakuba. Kati bwe ngenda eri e UK nga nyambadde Wazalendo nyina essanyu ly'amaanyi nnyo. Kuba ewaka gye mba nva nyina abantu abampagira. Buba buwagizi obwo nga bwe nyiza ogaa nti ngenda ne Uganda ne tudda wano ate ne tudda ate mu sitoole za tugende wa Museveni oluusi tebakututte ino kiba ate tekinyuma. Naye bwe ngenda ne Wazalendo we nsobola okujja manyi baani nga nsobola otuukawo nga seetaaga support. Kinyumirwa nnyo. Lwana n'osingawo ne bwe mbadde nwana. Bwe ba byetaaga kulwana ngenda lwana n'okusingako ne bwe mbadde nwana. Kubanga kindaze nti nyina obuyambi obugenda okuntwala ku birooto byange.
Wagezezaako okunoonyereza ku ba opponent b'abayinza okuba aba African A.B.U.
Aba African title basajja balwanyi. Buno obusajja buno bwe mbadde nwana buno bubadde bwa chat nnyo naye bali basajja balwanyi era ndi ready nja kulwana nabo kuba balina mikono ebiri nange nnyina ebiri ate nze ndi musajja munaku kati we bayiza okuba nga bagagga okitegeera nja bakuba.
Ekisooka ffe nga Abanaral Promotions twebaza bannaffe aba Wazalendo Sacco okubeera nga batubeereddewo naddala nga tuteekateeka ebikonde. Omanyi okuteekateeka event yonna si kyangu naye bw'ofuna kukwasaganyizaako naawe oyongeramu amaanyi. Mu mbeera eyo Wazalendo Sacco bazze nga bayamba Abdul Ssebute Sergeant mu events ez'enjawulo. So mu mbeera efaanako bwe tugamba nti no tunogezaako kulaba nga guno omukwano Wazalendo gweyina ne Abdul Ssebute tugubondinga wamu era lunaku wali lusobola okuba nga tuzze nga tugezaako okutunulira ekifaananyi ekigazi okulaba nga abamuteekinga on ogwo gwo yagumala. So kati essano focus eriwo tutunulidde nnyo musipi gwa Africa gye bayita Africa Boxing Union. So mu nteekateeka eyo tusuubira nti nkalagana eyawamu ne bannaffe aba Wazalendo tujja kuba nga twakivinga ekigendererwa kyaffe n'omulwanyi kubanga tusuubira nti singa anaaba amaliriza fight eno ya Africa then ate ekiddayo kuba nga tweyanagira emisipi eminene egy'ensi yonna naye asobola okuba nga afuuka omu ku abo Uganda abatono eddala basobola okuba nga bawendeko emisipi egyo naye nga olunaku olwaleero twaappreciatinga oba okusiima bannaffe aba Wazalendo nti olutabaalo Ssebute lwe yagendamu bamuyamba ne bamufandinga ate abakkiriza olutabaalo olwo n'amakula gakomezaawo. So enteekateeka eyo tujjaniriza n'okulaba nga tumuvinga ngaffe abateeka events ate nga abamanejinga nga Abdul Ssebute. Ennaku zino finances teziyimiridde bulungi tukyagezaako kugatta dots wano nawali okulaba nga twavinga event eyo naye nga basically tulowooza nti ku nkomekerero y'omwaka guno tuyinza okuba nga fight eyo eyimiriddewo singa tunaba tutuukiriza byonna byonna nga tufunye ensimbi ze twetaaga okuba nga tuteekateeka fate kubanga okimanyi bulungi nti okusanctioninga fight kwokka naddala ku Africa Boxing Union weetaaga $2,200 kwe kuli sanctioning fee ne bout fee. Kakati ebyo olina okuba nga ogattako Ssebute analwanira mmeka opponent we analwanira mmeka fight eneebeerawa. So at the end of the day ogenda okumaliriza nga fight eyo eyinza okwetaagisa ssente ezikunukiza $2,000 egya dola ekitono ennyo. Kati mu mbeera eyo tugamba nti singa kiraba nga kitambudde bulungi at the end of this year event esobola okuba nga eyimirirawo.